my name's Janelle and welcome back to Rosery Apparel. In this video, I'm going to be taking you craft shopping with me in Seoul, South Korea. As you can tell by the background of this video, I am now home, but I recently spent 2 months in South Korea enjoying all of the food, the vibey cafes, as well as making the most of doing a bit of craft and fabric shopping. A few weeks ago, I shared a whole video all about the Dongdaemun fabric market, which is like a full-on fabric shopping mall in Seoul, South Korea. And even though I spent a full day exploring that market, I barely scratched the surface. So I ended up going back and in particular went to explore the craft floor, which I basically neglected the first day I went to this market. So I of course filmed the whole shopping experience, which is what I'll be sharing in this video. If you do want to watch my previous Dongdaemun fabric market video though, I'll have that link below. That video is basically an in-depth guide on how to tackle the Dongdaemun fabric market, because it is honestly the most overwhelming fabric experience I've ever experienced in my life. But yeah, in this video I'm going back to the Dongdaemun fabric market, but this time I'm focusing on just exploring the craft stalls, which there's a whole floor of, and if I'm being completely honest, I found it even more overwhelming than the fabric floors. I mean, they're both overwhelming, but on the craft floor there was just so much to look through. And I did film what I thought was a complete video while I was in Korea, but for some reason I completely neglected to film an intro, which is what I'm doing now. But yeah, I did film the whole shopping day, and then I also filmed a whole the day after. So yeah, without further ado, let me put that footage in now so you can see what the craft floors are like. Once I'd arrived at the market, I pretty much went straight up to the 5th floor, which is the craft floor. It is actually incredible just how many different craft supplies are on this floor, and I was immediately drawn to this massive patch stall. I don't think I've ever seen this many patches in my life. Of course, I had to spend some time looking through them all and ended up taking a few home with me. There were surprisingly also quite a few fabric stalls up on this floor that I had no idea about and completely missed the first time I visited this market. So I'm really glad I did actually end up going back to explore it properly. A lot of the fabrics were quilting fabrics, but there were quite a few stalls that sold fabrics off the bolt as well. Definitely worth checking out if you're a bit intimidated by the whole ordering process on the fabric floors below. And of course there were lots and lots of trims, ribbons, beads and buttons and absolutely every other kind of craft supply you could possibly think of, and they were all really fun to look through as well. I definitely recommend giving yourself at least a couple of hours to explore everything on the craft floor. I'm so glad I ended up going back because it was, yeah, just so overwhelming in the best possible way and so fun to look through everything. And speaking of craft shops, lastly I just wanted to highlight 2 yarn shops that I also visited and loved while I was in Korea. The first is Banal Story, I don't know exactly how you pronounce it, which has the most incredible gradient yarn wall, which is the first thing you really see as you enter the store and is worth visiting just to see that, honestly. But it also has so many different yarns to look through and a cafe upstairs to sit and knit. Like, could it be any more ideal? And then another yarn shop cafe that I really love is one called Merino. This is another really cozy cafe that I popped into a few times while I've been here, and it's also in one of my favorite neighborhoods, and each time I've been in there are just always so many people knitting away. I love how they've just cultivated this beautiful crafty community, and I'll have both stores linked below if you wanted to check them out. They are both definitely worth checking out. So yeah, with that all said and done, let me show you what I ended up purchasing. So before we get into the whole portion of this video, I did just want to quickly share with you one of my biggest travel tips. I've been very lucky to travel quite a few times over the last few years, and every time I travel I use a service called NordVPN. So you can imagine I was pretty excited when they got in touch wanting to sponsor this video. NordVPN is a cybersecurity software that keeps you safe online. In this day and age, we have so much of our lives online and so much personal information out there, and there are also a lot of bad people online who are wanting that information and want to use it for their own gain. This obviously results in a lot of people getting scammed more and more each year, and what NordVPN does is it encrypts your internet traffic using military grade encryption standards, which in simpler terms means it converts your data into a code that is then unreadable to anyone who might want to intercept it, such as hackers or scammers. I in particular love using this service while I'm traveling because I do a lot of remote work while traveling, especially when it comes to logging into my YouTube and my online banking. I do not want anyone knowing that information, and so this is where NordVPN gives me so much peace of mind knowing that my data is secure and that nobody is able to hack into any of my accounts. Another perk of NordVPN, and another reason why I love it so much for traveling, is that I'm able to access the internet as if I was home back in Australia. Basically, NordVPN allows me to essentially be home virtually, so I'm able to access all of my Australian TV shows and content even though I'm traveling. So yeah, NordVPN does give you that essential security benefit while also giving you fun perks like being able to access TV shows from all over the world. It is such a great service, not only for when you're traveling, but when you're at home as well. Just having that extra security is, yeah, it just gives you so much peace of mind, and just for that alone, I love it so much. So become safer online with a single click and get an exclusive NordVPN discount with the purchase of a 2-year plan plus 4 extra months by clicking the link in the description below this video. Signing up to NordVPN is risk-free thanks to their 30-day money-back guarantee, so there really is nothing to lose and a whole lot to gain. Thank you so much NordVPN for sponsoring this video, and now let's get into what I purchased while craft shopping in Korea. Let's start with the fabrics, because I did actually find so many new fabric stalls up there that I missed on the first day. So obviously first I did go back and order more of this broderie on glaze fabric that I fell in love with. I showed in the last video I purchased the khaki green version of this fabric, which is absolutely stunning, but I also really love the brown, and I was kind of kicking myself that I didn't order the brown at the same time. So when I went back to the market, I went straight to this stall, placed my order, and then went up to the craft section to have a look around. And by the time I was finished with the craft section, my fabric order was ready to pick up. When I got it home, I did see there's this like water damage on it. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty damaged, so I haven't actually measured it to see if, you know, they've given me a bit extra because of that. It doesn't feel like they have, so I'm a bit concerned. But luckily it is just on the selvage of the fabric, so I should be able to like cut around it and it shouldn't make too much of a difference. I'm not too worried. I'm not like gonna go back and try to get a refund or anything. Then I picked up a couple of remnants. This particular stall kind of sold like little tote bags and things made with the fabric she was selling, but she only kind of sold little pre-cut remnants of the fabric. I couldn't see any bolts there, but I could be wrong. So I got this beautiful little striped floral. This is half a yard, and I just fell in love with the print of it. It's got everything I love, gingham, and then these cute little, it almost looks like floral trim stripes. I got another remnant piece. This one is 1 yard. It is a beautiful like vintage floral looking print. This piece was 14,000 won, so around $14 Australian. And then lastly, I also picked up this random remnant. Is pretty small and it's wrapped in plastic, which I'll just keep it in its plastic till I get home. I can't remember how much this piece cost. It was like maybe 3,000 yen, so $3-ish. And again, it's just like a really beautiful, almost vintage floral print. I also love the colors in this one as well. It is just so pretty. And then the last fabric piece I found is this floral cotton here. This stall had so many beautiful prints, and this was one of the few stalls where the seller actually was actively trying to sell the product to me. He was so friendly and spoke very good English, and he was telling me that they have 12 designers on the team, and they all design the fabrics in-house for this company, and they use only natural dyes to dye the fabric, which was so interesting to learn about. He said in particular this like lilac purple on the fabric was really hard to get a natural dye to create that color. Just little details like that are so interesting to me. I just love hearing about the whole process of like creating fabric, and the fact that these are all naturally dyed is just so impressive because the colors are stunning. And I ended up getting 2 yards of this beautiful fabric. And yeah, it was just so nice to chat to the stall owner and like learn about the process. And I'll have his website or the company's website linked down in the description below so you can go check it out. Apparently it is all in Korean, but even just to look through all the different beautiful designs would be such a treat for the eyes. So next, I actually ended up purchasing quite a few different trims. The trims in South Korea are unlike anywhere else. They are so beautiful. There are so many. I was a bit overwhelmed, and I just had a quick little look at the trims. I kind of skimmed past the first time I went to the market and ended up buying a couple. They are just some very beautiful lacy style trims. The first one here is just like so stunning. I'll put some cutaways so you can see if it's not showing up on camera, but it is just a really beautiful eyelet lace. The lace itself is quite cream, which I really like. I don't like it when my lace is too like bright white. I also asked for 5 yards of this beautiful eyelet trim as well. Again, it's like a gorgeous creamy eyelet design. But unfortunately there wasn't 5 yards on the roll, so I just took what was left, which was about 4 yards, so we got close. Then I also ended up buying these 2 spools of trim as well. They're the exact same design, just one is a cream and one is a beige, but I just fell completely in love with this cute little floral design. I also love how it's got like kind of a scalloped edge. I don't know if you can see that, but the way the trim has been made has made it so that there's kind of like a little scalloped edge. I just fell in love with it, so I decided to get these 2 color choices. There were a few other colors too. I think there was a green and a blue and maybe a brown, but these were the 2 I loved the most. Sorry if you can hear the fridge in the background. It's just started running really loudly, so hopefully you can't hear it too much. Then I obviously got sucked in by the patch stalls. There were quite a few different patch stalls, but there was one in particular that was just so big and had basically a patch for anything. So I of course had to get a couple. The ones I ended up getting were all pretty random. I got this cute little tulip. Like, how cute is that? I got this, is it a takoyaki fish? So these are Japanese and they're usually filled with red bean paste and they're delicious, but I just thought this one was just so cute. I got this sandwich. I just love how bright and vibrant the colors were of this one, and again just thought it was really cute. And then I also got this cute little red bow. I wanted to get a selection of patches because basically I've been wearing this cap while I've been here in Korea. I bought it here as well on like the first or second day. Actually kind of matches really nicely with the dress I'm wearing. But it has this just like patch on the front, which is fine, but I don't know, I just don't love the original patch that's on the cap, so I thought it would be really cute to remove it and maybe put this little red bow on it instead. How cute would that be? I just think it looks so perfect against the dark gingham. And then obviously I had to pick up some miniatures. My dream one day is to do a little dollhouse, so I figured I may as well start collecting some cute miniatures when I see them. So the first stall is probably my favorite. I actually wasn't able to film much because he actually told me off for filming his stall. He didn't tell me off, he just said very nicely not to take photos. So I did get one cheeky shot, so I will just quickly put it in here just so you can see the amount of cute miniatures that were available. At this stall, I firstly got this adorable little wicker basket. I also got this little collection of soda cans. They are just so adorable. They're all different types of fruity flavors and I just think they're so tiny and cute. I got this collection of 4 cute little cakes. Are you kidding me? And then the last 2 are my complete favorites. I got this tiny little paint palette with some paints and paintbrushes. And then I also got this teeny tiny metal pencil case. Are you kidding me? How adorable is that? It's a little pink one. It's a little elephant on the front. I just think that is so cute. And then from a different stall, I got a lot of like mainly milk beverage miniatures. So the first thing I picked up, which I just had to get, was this little mini banana milk. This particular brand of banana milk is so popular in Korea, especially at the Korean convenience stores, and it is so good. I love banana flavored things and this banana milk is just incredible, so I had to get this. I'm hoping to probably attach a magnet to the back so I can stick it on my fridge. And then I also got this little strawberry milk carton. And then I also got this just organic milk bottle. And lastly, I got this tiny Coca-Cola bottle. And then the last item I found, I literally found as I was leaving the market, there was only one thing on my must-buy list while I was in the craft section of the market, and that is a little thing that I call a chibi. It's by the brand Clover, which I think is a Japanese brand. Basically, it is this little plastic container that you hold any type of hand sewing needle. I have always had a chibi, but it recently broke and I was so devastated. So the actual like plastic where the lid screws on snapped off, so I can't actually put the lid on anymore. So I knew while I was at the craft section I wanted to find a new one to put my needles in because they're just so handy. It fits so many needles in and you can just keep them all in the one place. And I couldn't find one. Like I couldn't find one anywhere I looked. I went to like more of the embroidery stalls. None of them had chibis. And then right as I was going down the stairs to leave the market, I saw one last embroidery stall and I thought I'll just have a quick look, see if they've got any chibis. And they had one chibi and it was pink. I've never seen a pink chibi before and I'm obsessed. I think it's the cutest chibi I've ever seen. So yeah, that is everything I picked up while exploring the craft floor of the market. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was so fun to put together and so fun to have another excuse to make another video about the Dongdaemun market. I adore this place and I totally recommend you go and check it out. If you're ever in South Korea, potentially give yourself 2 days to check it out because I feel like I was able to really take my time and look through everything, being able to go over 2 days. But yeah, thank you so much for being here and I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you soon in the next one.